In this video, you will learn how lunar eclipses happen and how to predict when they will occur next. A lunar eclipse occurs when the shadow of the Earth blocks the sun's light shining on the moon. An ordinarily bright moon will appear to have a shadow cast over it during the lunar eclipse. As you can see from this diagram, a lunar eclipse can only occur during a full moon when the Earth passes in between the moon and sun, casting shadow on the moon. The first question I would be asking is, why does lunar eclipse not occur every time there is a full moon? Well, the moon's orbit is actually tilted 5 degrees around the Earth, so the moon orbits at an angle, as you can see in this picture. Eclipses only occur when the sun, moon, and Earth are in a mostly straight line. Since the moon's orbit is tilted, it spends most of its time above or below the Earth. However, around 3 times a year, the moon will pass through the shadow of the Earth. If this occurs during a full moon, then we will see a lunar eclipse. There are different types of eclipses possible. Depending on what part of the Earth's shadow the moon passes through, different types of lunar eclipses may occur. Every shadow is made up of 2 parts. The darker center is called the umbra, and the lighter outer part of the shadow is called the penumbra. This becomes important when defining lunar eclipses. This diagram effectively shows the position of the moon during different types of eclipses. When the moon passes directly through the umbra during a full moon, it is called a total lunar eclipse. When the moon passes only through the penumbra of the shadow, it is called a penumbral eclipse. Finally, when the moon passes half through the umbra and half through the penumbra, it is called a partial lunar eclipse. A penumbral eclipse appears like a light shadow covering most of the moon, while an umbral eclipse is the most pronounced, making the moon appear as if it has a reddish light cast over it. Finally, a partial eclipse appears like a dark shadow is covering just part of the moon. These eclipses usually last for about 3 hours, much longer than solar eclipses, and they are also visible to most of the night sky.